What's up, people? Yeah, I'm checking in from out of Erna, Texas. It is. Let's see what time it is. Y'all see that? Can't see it. It's 10:57 p.m. 10:57 p.m. I got 4 hours and 49 minutes to drive. My time will reset. My cycle is supposed to reset in 9 hours, in 9.5 hours. But since I run off of recaps, um, I'll build up my hours. So yeah, I'll be able to work all day tomorrow. It's been a while since I made some videos, so just called to see what called. Just made this video to see what y'all been up to, or show y'all what I let y'all know what I've been up to. We're working in we are working in the Refugio, San Antonio, Gillette, Shiner. You ever heard of Shiner Bach? Shiner beer? Yeah, we're working in that area. So yeah, Refugio. It's about 45 minutes away from Corpus Christi. Uh, Shiner Bach, Shiner, Texas. It's central, east central Texas, more or less. Where we're working at out of. The loads are pay the same, about 160, 160 to 180. This one here is 3 hours out, um, slightly under 200 miles. This one pays 250. Um, yeah, coming all the way out here from Gonzales. Gonzales, working in Gonzales also. We just left Gonzales, Texas. We got here about 3 hours later. I did 3 loads today. Three three loads at $160. And this one would be I won't be able to make it back to location with this one. I don't have enough time. But I'm gonna drive as far as 4 hours and 29 minutes will get me to, which would be like Seguin, Texas, more or less. I'm gonna There's a Love's in Seguin. I'm gonna get fuel and take a shower. I took a shower the day before yesterday, and working out in this heat. You know, even though we're only out of the truck for an hour at a time when we unload, and by the time you get back in the truck, you're drenched in sweat. Like I could take my shirt off and literally wring the sweat out of the shirt. But what I do is whenever I get out the truck to unload, I turn the AC all the way up, so that way when I'm unloaded and I get back in the truck, I cool down pretty fast. Um, what time did I start? This morning, this afternoon, I started at 10. Oh, I'll take that back. I started rolling at 10:30, 10:30, 10:15 after I did my pre-trip. Um, if you're ever out here and you got PeopleNet ELD, that's what we use. PeopleNet. I run off of recaps, which means that I don't take a 24-hour reset like everybody else does. It's not nothing illegal. Truckers have been doing it ever since. So I don't really know how to explain it or how it actually works. But if you take about 2 hours breaks here and there every day. Well, I don't even know if it's every day or like one day here, one day there. But I take 2 hour breaks every day. Or if I don't take 2 hour breaks, my ELD, I'll punch it in my ELD. That'll that showing that I'm taking a break. Like for instance, like if I'm unloading, right? I unload at the well site. It takes about an hour to unload. So some lease roads take about 15 minutes to get into the in at to the well. So whenever I get to the well, okay, this is what I do. Whenever I get to the lease road off of the blacktop is a paved road. When I get off of the blacktop onto the lease road, I'll pull over and I will go um, off. I will go. I'll show y'all right here. I can explain it better. Okay. Damn, you can't see that. Turn on the light, see if that helps. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah. So I'll go right here. Let's see. E-logs on PeopleNet. You press driver e-log. You go to your duty status. This one right here. There's off-duty well site right here, right in the middle. So you can see it. Off-duty. There you go. All right. All right. So whenever I get to the well, like right now, I'm loading. The oil field, you got what's called the fifth line or the oil field exemption rule. Whenever you're loading and unloading, your time stops. I've been here. I've been here right here. 49. No, that's not it. I've been at this well site for 48 minutes, but that 48 minutes doesn't count against my driving or my on duty status. Your on duty is you're working, you're working, but you only work an hour at a time. So my driving, it doesn't count. That 48 minutes doesn't count against my driving time because, like I said, when you're when you're loading and unloading, you gotta go. You don't have to. You go off duty well site, and it'll put you on off duty status. But what you have to do on the off duty well site is show in the remarks. You have to show that you're loading or unloading. So whenever I get to this is how I build up my recaps. So whenever I get off the blacktop, I'll go to right here. I'll go to off duty break, or you can go to sleeper berth. You can go to sleeper berth break, and I'll stay on that the whole time that I'm unloading, which is an hour. And then this is where I show my loading status. Once I go back to once I'm unloaded and I'm back on the lease road, getting back toward the blacktop, I go to off duty well site. Off duty well site loading. So that'll show about 15 minutes. It'll show 15 minutes of loading time. So you have to, even though you're off duty, while you're loading and unloading, you still have to put it in the remarks that you're loading or unloading. You can't just put off duty well site and that's it. So if you do that, I do that. That's how I get an hour here and there. Or whenever I'll go do one load. I'll go unload. I'm tired. I'm starting to get tired. I'll go unload. Let's say first load, first thing in the morning. I'll unload, and then I'll take a 2 hour nap. I haven't been doing that here in San Antonio in this area because all the wells are real close. I'll take a 2 hour nap, and then I'll go back to on duty driving status, and that's how I accumulate hours. So the hours that I work today, I'll get them back in 7 days from now. So that's how you go. That's how you keep from having to take your 24 hour reset. Because you can make easy $300 to $500 in a day. So why am I going to take a 24 hour reset when I can make $300 to $500, sometimes $800 in that day instead of just sitting at a parking lot somewhere, either sleeping or just watching TV or playing, messing with the switch or watching videos or something. You know, that's why I take my 24 hour. That's why I run off of my recaps because I'll get to thinking. I've only taken a 24 hour reset once, or twice. When I first got here and to this part of Texas, uh, my dad, my dad and my brother and so I have some family that stay out in Lagrange, Texas, from that ZZ Top song. Um, they stay out there. It was my brother's birthday, August 10th, and I took my 24 hour reset 2 days early, and that's the only reason why I took that so I can go up there and go spend time with them. I made them a big old barbecue. I spent about $300 worth of money on meat. Yeah, I did it pretty big. Um, what was I saying? Other than that, I've only taken a reset once. That's when I first got out here, and I was out there in West Texas, in Kermit, and Kermit, New Mexico area. Yeah, so I shut it down at a when I took that reset. I shut it down at a Walmart parking lot. I didn't have a TV or anything. Now I got a TV. Show you my little setup. I haven't showed you. I got my little. I can't really see it that good. I'll show you tomorrow or when it's daylight outside. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm sitting in the Walmart parking lot, right? I didn't mind shutting it down because I was tired or whatever. But the next day, you can only sleep so much, you know. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, damn, I'm sitting here, I'm bored. I didn't have a TV at the time. I'm bored. I got tired of watching videos. My Switch, I'm not that good at video games, so I got bored of playing that. I don't like to lose, and I kept on losing, so I said, fuck that. I just watching videos, but I got bored. I'm thinking, damn, man, I'm missing out on money. You know, $300 to $800 today that I could have made just sitting here. I mean, but I'm just sitting here instead of making money. So yeah, I started running off of my recaps, and yeah, I've been running off of recaps ever since. Sometimes if you don't have the time to take a 2 hour break during the day, which you could do, so what I do is whenever I shut it down, like tonight, whenever I get to, I'm from here we're going to Seguin, Texas, and that's where I'm going to shut it down at. Otherwise, I'd be having to drive through San Antonio first thing in the morning, and I'll be hitting that San Antonio traffic. So I'm gonna go as far as my 4 hours and 29 minutes road driving time will take me, and I'll make it to the Loves in Seguin. So when I get to Seguin, whatever time I have left on my clock, I'll run it out. Like let's say I got 3 hours left whenever I get to Seguin. I'll I will go to when I get to Seguin. I'll go to sleeper berth break or off break. One of these two. I'll go to sleeper berth break for 2 hours and 1 minute, and I'll set my alarm on my phone for an hour and 45 minutes. So that way I don't go over it. You can't go over way too much over 2 hours because otherwise it's not gonna do nothing. It won't add no recap hours to your time. So I do 2 hours and 1 minute, and after the 2 hours and 1 minute break is up, then I'll go to post trip inspection, and then I'll shut it down. But instead of being able to drive 10 hours later, I'll be able to drive 8 hours later. So yeah, that's a little bonus. You know, I mean, I'll get less sleep, but I'd rather make money than be sleeping. So yeah, that's what I'll do tomorrow. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing a lot. But yeah, yeah, I'm tired. I made a. I drank an energy drink, little what's it called? A little powder single serve packets that you dump into a bottle of water and shake it up and drink it. I drank one of those probably about an hour ago. Probably about an hour ago, and it kept me up. Gave, got me alert. This is what I drank. Watch. This is the Walmart brand or HEB, whatever it is. It's a great value energy peach mango drink. And you tear this open, dump it into a bottle of water, shake it up, and sip on it. I don't know for people that drink like monsters and energy drinks and stuff like that, it might not do too much, but me, I don't drink none of that stuff. So it doesn't amp this stuff doesn't amp me up. It doesn't get me all amped up, but it does wake you up. I mean, no, it doesn't. I'm not gonna say it wakes you up. It makes you more alert. And what's going on over there, man? They're taking a long ass damn time unloading the loading up this guy. Yeah, I don't know what I'm focusing on. Y'all can't. But I also drink some. You want some good coffee? Coffee that I drink is called Seattle's Best. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do drink that. That stuff works, man. That Seattle's Best. That stuff right there. You want a coffee that'll give you a jolt and open your eyes up? Yeah, Seattle's Best is what you gotta drink. This is what I drink right here. Seattle's Best. This 18 K cups cost. I think this costs like $6. Like $6. So every time I drink this coffee, every time I make the coffee, and I take my first sip, I feel like I get like a little head change, right? Like my eyes will kind of open up just a little bit. Yeah, you'll feel it on your first sip of on your first sip of coffee. If you get that Seattle's Best, man, your first sip, man, you'll feel it. You'll start to feel it. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna say, every time I drink that Seattle's Best, I always think to myself, So this is what the cops drink in Seattle. Yeah, it's that good. It's some good stuff. So they got us going back and forth to Erna. Erna's depends what route you take. 3.5, so 3.5, 4 hours away from where we're working at. This is what's going on. This is what I think. This is what I think is going on, and this is what a lot of other fellow drivers think is going on too. So EOG EOG is a company that we work for, right? EOG dispatches us. They'll tell us, go to this sand yard, pick up sand. There's Vista out here also. There's Vista. Vista has a sand yard out in Gonzales, Texas. That's where those rail cars are at. Where I showed you on another video. Vistas. Hold on. EOG. That's the oil field company. They hire all these third party um, sand haulers. So my company is one of the third party sand haulers. Vista's out here now. They hire Vista, but their dedicated haulers for EOG is called Chalk Mountain. Chalk Mountain. They get paid by the hour. So if they do one load or four loads, they're still getting paid the same. So they're not in a hurry. They're not in a hurry to hustle. Me, I get paid by the load. I don't get paid by the hour. I get paid by the load. The shortest load, the shortest run, let's say 30 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. Um, I get paid $160. So Vista, Chalk Mountain, they get paid by the hour, like I said. So we go. We're my company and another company called Reed. They're out here, right? We're out here, and when I'm running back and forth to get these loads and drop them off and everything, I see Chalk Mountain trucks left and right. Parked at truck stops, parked on the side of the road, off the shoulder of the road, at convenience stores. They don't care. They're getting paid. I've seen some of those Chalk Mountain drivers. They spent their whole 12 hours at the well site in line waiting, where they don't even get to unload. They go those Chalk Mountain drivers. If they're in line at a well site and it's shift change time, you know, because they got night and day shift. Say the day shift gets there in the morning and they drive out to a well and they sit there the whole 12 hours. Well, a van will take the drivers to swap out. They'll take a load of drivers out there and they'll swap out. They'll do the shift change wherever they're at, whether they're at the well site or at the yard or wherever. That's what they'll take a group of drivers out there, swap the trucks out, and the guys that were driving, the day shift guys, they'll take them back to the yard so they can go home, or they'll take them back to the man camp. So yeah, I've seen a shift change at many times at the well site. And these motherfuckers taking a long ass damn time, man, to load this guy up. Shit. So yeah, I've asked several Chalk Mountain guys just to see what they say. But well, at first I was asking them because I want to know how many loads can you do in an hour in 12 hour shift. You know, could you do three or four? How many loads can you get in? You know, I asked one a group of Chalk Mountain drivers that says, "Hey, how many loads do y'all get in a day in a shift?" And one guy says, "Oh, we get paid by the hour." The other guy says, "Oh yeah, shit, man. I'm good with one, man. I'm getting paid either way. One to three, I'm still getting paid. I get paid the same. So I'm like, damn. Even if I did get paid by the hour, I wouldn't be satisfied with one load. How can you just do one load and then go kick back somewhere, be all bored at on the side of a store or on the side of the road, just sitting there in a day cab? I mean, yeah, in a day cab, you just sitting there. I mean, you can't lay down. Wouldn't you rather be moving around outside working, even if it is hot and all that, so the time goes by? I mean, that's me. That's I would. I'd rather be moving around so that way the time goes by faster. Because sitting around's a job too, you know. It's just like when you got a job and there's not really nothing to do, and you're looking for stuff to do, but there's not stuff to do. Yeah, that shit's work. I've done that shit before. How many times can you sweep the same area? Yeah, nah. But yeah, I'm just rambling. I think that that energy drink had an effect on me. Oh, so this is what the what I'm talking about. So these Chalk Mountain drivers, right? They're parked all over the place, and they don't hustle over here. The Chalk Mountain drivers, they don't hustle over here like they did in West Texas and Pecos or Kermit or New Mexico, like they did over there. You know, which those guys didn't hustle either. But these guys over here in in Central East Texas area, man, that's you don't see those. You every once in a while we'll see two or three Chalk Mountain trucks at the well site. Mind you, e mind you, Chalk Mountain is EOG's dedicated sand haulers,
If they don't fit that way, we'll just put the rest of it in the middle.
and these third party
10-4.
these third party drivers come in from out of town and they're flooding the place up out. I heard there's another company called Aeropet out here, and they get one load a day, and they're not even company drivers. They're getting paid by the per load, but they just get one load a day. Like, come on, man. Who cares about the heat? Make the best of it. Shit, you're making money. I mean, how can you be satisfied with 160, $200 a day or a load? Let's say a load. I mean, let's say a day because that's good money for the load. So, if it takes you an hour, 2, 3 hours, 4 hours to do two loads, I mean, damn, wouldn't you want to do that instead? So, like the other day, I was waiting for my one of my running partners. No, he wasn't. He's not a running partner. He's a guy that I was training. That I wasn't training him. I was kind of showing him where all these locations and loading plants are at. And he took his 24-hour reset, so that's what separated us 3 days ago. But so I was waiting on off the side of the highway for him, and an Aeropet truck pulled up behind me, right? And when he pulled up behind me, I took off, and I guess there was another Aeropet driving behind him, and he says, I hear him on the radio tell his buddy, he's like, yeah, these guys came in here and flooding the whole place up. The other guy says, who? He's like, this guy in front of me. So they came over here getting 50,000 pounds. The guy said, who's that? Said WNS. Those guys, they're getting 50,000 pounds, which tells me like, damn, how many pounds are they loading up at? One load a day on top of that. I mean, shit. I'm not doing this shit for the company. I'm not hustling and busting my ass off for the company, making the company look good. I'm hustling and busting my ass off for my pockets, for my benefit. Yeah, I know the company benefits off me, but I mean, you just gotta give a little, take a little. That's why I'm gonna buy my own truck here after a while, so that way I can make more profit. So yeah, so this is why we're getting sent. This is my theory on it. That the Chalk Mountain drivers aren't producing as many loads as the company
Let's
that
do it. 512. Go ahead and pull off the scale. Come inside, do your paperwork. Make sure you're wearing your proper PPE.
the company they're fixing to ask for my information. I'm gonna have to do this video later. Yeah, my little telephone holder. You you can barely see it down there. Yeah, right there. My little telephone holder finally petered out, so I'm not gonna be able to hold this phone. Watch y'all, so y'all can watch me get up on the scale. It's about time they got this guy loaded, but I'll hit y'all up after a while.